edit it once again. So this is how you make the header fixed, okay, when you scroll down. So go to the settings of the entire column, go to advanced. Hi guys, Vince here. Welcome to WPMedic. Before anything else, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking that subscribe button and that notification bell. One of the biggest challenges in making WordPress websites is customizing the header. There are usually default header customization features in most themes. However, they are very limited in most cases. There are only a handful of themes that will allow you to fully customize the header. In this particular tutorial, we will use Divi, and it is something that I highly recommend, especially if you want your theme to be very flexible in the look and feel. By default, Divi has a built-in system where you have options on how your header will look like. However, the default one is also somewhat limited on what it can do despite of having many options already. Nonetheless, Divi do provide nearly limitless style for your header depending on what you need to achieve. So in this tutorial, I will demonstrate to you some examples on what you can do with Divi headers and how to make the most out of it. But first, let's dive in first. What do we have with default header options? So in this particular example, this is we are using default header of Divi, and let's see what we have as an options. So to check on that, let's go to theme options. I mean the not theme options, but theme customizer. Okay, so as you can see here, we have this option, the header and navigation. Now, to check that, we have the header format. We have currently I'm using the centered inline, which is these are the common header setup that most people are using. This for there is a centered one, the slide in, and the full screen. So the default one is the most common one. So this is how it looks like with the default one. So the logo is in the left side while the menu is on the right. The centered one is the menus are in the center while the logo is at the top and it is at the center as well. And then uh, if you go for the slide in, you will have a hamburger menu here, and it's a sort of the menu will just slide in when you click that hamburger menu. Usually this is also activated automatically activated when you are using the mobile, or when you are viewing this page in the mobile. All right, so for this particular example, let's put it back in centered inline logo because I already have set it up. And then we can also customize the primary menu. So this is the primary menu. The secondary menu, it will add a sort of bar here at the top. So as you can see, uh, we have the options to use different fonts. The we can resize the logo, okay, to what we want, and also the text size, the letter spacing, the background color, the active link color. So there are lots of good options here that we can do for this menu. All right, so we can also, if you want to activate a a secondary menu, if you set up secondary menu, then this bar will also be used or will be activated as well. So the fixed navigation settings is what you see when uh, you scroll down, as you can see, it's fixed here, and this is what the settings that you can have. For example, the menu height. So this is the default menu height, but when you scroll down, it will resize into just um, depending on the size of this logo. So and the menu height. So the menu height is 40 px. You can resize that to 100 if you want. See, so that's how it works. Okay, but let's return it to 40. So as you can see, there are already lots of options that you can do with uh, with with the default header options with Divi. But for some reason, there are also other options that you may want to work on, and it does not cover with these options. So let's say, for example, you want to put another or a third row here below these menus. You want to put another row here, or perhaps you want to have one line here, and then you'll have one row here and two rows here. So it does not cover this with this options does not cover it. But there is something that with DV that can do that. Okay, so uh, with this, let's go now to the theme builder option. So this is the default option, theme default header options. But if you want to go further with your header, so let's go to theme builder options. Okay, so let's close this first. For the theme builder options, go to Divi and go to theme builder. As you can see here, you can set three things that can appear automatically on your website. So the header, the footer, and of course the body. So but for in most cases, we want to only edit the header so as the footer. In one of my tutorials, um, I will demonstrate to you how to edit footer with global header, but it's very similar on the global header. But for this particular example, we're going to uh, make another kind of header, something like this, and then uh, we will do another header in one page. So just a note that if you set up a global header in these options in here, the default header options will be automatically deactivated, and when you delete it, the default header of course will be restored automatically. So this is the default, again the default one. But notice here, if we are going to set up one, so we'll have to go to build a global header. So it means that this header is the one that will appear automatically unless you specify different kind of header with a particular page. So for the purpose of this demonstration, we want to have a similar look. We can actually copy this look, but of course it will take time for us to copy everything. But for this particular example, we'll just at least I will demonstrate to you that we can actually copy this feature. Okay, so let's set up a global header. Okay, so the first thing is we want to add a row. So since this is just one row, uh, we are going to just add one row. So one whole row, and we'll go to the menu options. So we're going to use the home menu, and here you can see in the logo. Okay, we'll add let's add our logo. Okay, all right. So elements, if we Remember that here we have the shopping cart. We also have the search bar. So let's add that. Okay, and then on the design, okay, on the design, the layout. Remember that we can use different layouts here, so you can also use that one. So we are using inline centered logo. All right, and click save. So that will be, as you see, that's almost similar here, except that this is a smaller one. So what we want to do now is to edit the size of the logo. So go to this design, logo, okay, or the sizing. Okay, we'll go to logo height. We want to set this up to maximum of 100. Okay, and what else? Maximum of 100, and perhaps we also want to uh, to resize the width, the max width of the logo. Let's say 60%. Actually, we can neglect this one. When you want to put it back in the auto, you just have to delete the settings there, and it will go back to automatic. So let's see this if it will be resized. Okay, it's and then we'll let's reduce the paddings here. So one thing I like with Divi is that it is drag and drop. Okay, so but remember we also have this one, this sort of line. So with that we need to edit this one. But let's use the border, this one. See, let's use that one, and then let's set it to 2px. But in the color, let's uh, let's set a sort of shadow. Okay. So there you go. Then save it. But our logo is still big, so let's try to adjust it again. Uh, Sizing. Let's try logo width. Okay, logo width. Let's try 40%. Okay, then we can uh, put this back, so we already adjusted it. Uh, how about the height? Okay, let's adjust the height. Now remember, this one is, oh, let's make it a little bit more smaller. So let's go back to sizing. Okay, smaller, maybe 20%, 26, 26, 25%. All right, there you go. Then we want to reduce the size of these paddings. All right, so there you go. So it looks similar already. So how about the the menu text? Let's make it a bold. There you go, similar. Then let's set up a link color. Link color. Active link color option. So let's say we'll use this one. Okay. So click. Okay, then let's save. So as you can see, we almost have copied already what's in here. So of course, we can further customize it if we want to. So let's save it and let's close this one when we save it. Okay, and save changes. As you can see, this is now our global header, and this is the old one. But let's if you I will not I will just retain this page, so I will not refresh this one so that you will see the difference. You go to another page, or as you can see, it's quite similar, and because we set up a very similar one, uh, but this one is the default one. If we refresh this, you will see the same like this one. uh, so we can see that we can actually create using that one, but usually here the difference is still not what's this, when you scroll down, it will not remain at the top, unlike this one. So to resolve that, there's another to resolve that, let's edit it once again. So this is how you make the header fixed, okay, when you scroll down. So go to the settings of the entire column, go to advanced, go to let's see the visibility, not the visibility, scroll effects. See, it's set up, it is set in do not stick, but we want it to stick at the top. Okay, so let's save that, save that. Okay, and save this one. Let's try to refresh the about page. Now you see it will stick now. So there is another option where you can also duplicate the, you see it automatically resize the distances. You can also do that here, but just for the sake of demonstration, uh, we'll not be doing that anymore. You just have to discover it later. So but what if, for example, I want to put or make uh, another header here in this contact? Okay, what can I do? So again, with the theme builder options, you can specifically make a different kind of uh, header here. Okay, so what we will do is to go back to the theme builder. As you can see, this is the global one, and it, of course, since we just installed the global one, it automatically uh, installed also a global header here. But what we want to do is that specifically, I will be removing this now. Okay, specifically, um, we want to specify a page. So I already did this earlier. So a specific page, I want this to only appear in the contact. Okay, so what I will do is to probably use the global header. I have here the option to use the global header or build a custom header. So if I want to build a custom header, let's say instead of using this one, I will build another one. Okay, so we are going to build another one. So we'll go for one row. Okay, and let's do the menu option. Let's install the menu option. Let's install the logo as well. Of course, if we are going to do this, sometimes you don't want it to be different, but this time we don't want that elements will also uh, we don't want that these elements will appear. Again, if you are going to do this one, in most cases you don't want it you don't want it to look like too different from the former one. So, but this time, instead of using the inline, we'll use the left aligned. Okay, so we'll just put it in the left aligned option. Let's go back and resize the logo. Sizing, max width of the logo, let's say 25. Okay, but here, as you can see, the menu is also left aligned, so we can resolve that by going to menu text and going here in this alignment, right? So another thing, okay, let's save that. The same thing, we want to uh, make this header, the paddings on this one smaller, and of course we want to have this the remember the border at the bottom, want to have that shadow border, and that's okay. Border width, okay, 2px. Okay, so we also want, maybe perhaps you want to add another row, or let's say uh, uh, let's try to add another row, and this time we want to 2 columns. Okay, and let's say we want a button, uh, let's say where's the button? Okay, button here. Okay, click here, or let's just, just a demonstration, uh, but we want it here. Okay, and we want this centered. Design, alignment, put in center. Here we want to, maybe we want here to have a call to action text. Okay, visit our sales page here. Okay, so text, we want to adjust that one, we want to make it bigger. Okay, then or let's edit the content. Let's say something like, know more about what we do by clicking on the button design. Okay, so this one, for this one, let's we can also adjust, we can choose a better option here. Perhaps we'll use this one instead of the equal size. Okay, or click on the right. Okay, so this is just an example. So okay, or you can probably put this row up, or and put a, let's say, a phone number, a call to action. So you can also do that if you want to. So just save it. Okay, and close this one after you save it. Okay, now again, it's specifically assigned to the contact page. Okay, the contact page. So here, let's refresh this one. Okay, let's refresh this one. Oh, by the way, we haven't saved it yet. You need to click this one. Try to refresh this one again. See, you now have a different header here. Refresh this one. You'll have the default global header. This is not the default, but what we have set up in the theme options. Okay, so this is what I like with Divi. It's very flexible. You can do it. And in my next tutorial, we'll do the same with the footer. We'll try to put this one and use another one instead of using the default footer. Okay, so see you in my next tutorial.